I'd like my heading to be televised
COVID.
so that everyone can see my dead face on TV. And the trooper asked to be kicked 3 times in the arse, right? So the trooper was such an unusual request that ISIS decided to carry it his first. And as the last kick landed, the trooper pulled out a hidden 9mm pistol from his smock and shot the 3 terrorists, grabbed their fallen AK-47s and shot dead the rest. The other 2 prisoners were amazed and asked why he requested to be kicked 3 times before drawing his gun. Because, said the trooper, when we get back to the UK, I don't want you pair of arseholes saying it was an unprovoked attack. So, yeah.
Anyway, did I miss anything exciting?
Anything else?
In regards to, we're talking about the meetings and people going onto the panel. I just want to talk a little bit about somebody who's coming this Thursday. Somebody I'm going to be working with closely, but this is the infrastructure that we're going to need. And if anybody is watching, I think I'd really highly advise that you come and listen to this. It's quite an important one. So,
is it about businesses and that, Gemma, is it?
Do you know which one? Yeah. Yeah. So.
Not that I knew, I just thought I'd ask you out of, sort of just pluck it out the air. Oh, I think I can sense it's about business and things like that.
And trades and, general skills.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Can I just say I've been on my own, right? I've been loitering outside schools, right? Giving leaflets to parents.
Hey, hang on. What? Where's this going?
Not a bad choice of words. Bad choice of words. But my wife was saying, you shouldn't do that. They'll catch you on something else. But I was handing out these leaflets to parents, and some of them were saying they were really pleased. They were really glad someone's actually doing this, and. I got moved on 2 or 3 times. But
I'm sorry, Chris, you really caught me off guard there. You really caught me off guard there.
Yeah.
I know.
But on a serious note, Chris, that is brilliant.
It's amazing.
You've been going in sort of mornings and afternoons as well, haven't you?
Well, not today. I'm a bit ill, but I was doing it yesterday.
No. But I mean, that's brilliant. That's great.
You're actually going out into the community and getting stuff done.
That's right.
We've only got about 2 weeks before they close down, so we need to get to as many schools as we can. Try and get together with others. I really don't want to be doing it on my own. You
need to get in touch with Alan Graham and a certain lady called Demick who say are on this like hot butter.
Mm-hmm. So, and you know about Oz and Sharon as well, don't you?
Yes, of course. Wow.
Well, I'm in Teesside. Anyone in Teesside get in touch?
Well, I think they're covering a big area. So I think that that would supplement it, Chris. If you were covering sort of the deep south, and so it covers as much of the area as possible. It's getting the word out there. I think the thing is that once a few of them know, hopefully it will spread. Because people who've got their kids in one school will know people who've got kids in another school nearby. So it's all like the ripple effect, You don't know who listens to what. So, it's all out there,
Yeah, we all need to do our local schools, schools. If everybody does that, then at least they're getting another understanding. And who knows, we could save lives. Those kids, the parents and that, well, what can you do? But the kids, they're quite innocent. Oh, I heard this interesting story, Jem, on Sunday at the stand in the park. Someone was saying that their 5-year-old son or daughter came to them and says, that a 5-year-old was saying, if you catch COVID, you'll die. This is what 5-year-olds are saying.
I wouldn't if I had a child, I wouldn't let anyone near one of those government-run schools.
Yeah. I mean, there was a few. Well, there's some good news stories as well. I mean, like when we went down to Peterlee, for anyone who doesn't know, they had the death bus, the kill bus down at Peterlee. So we went down and we're just having a little chat with people. We did manage to talk about we know of about 8 people out of going into it, so we know about 8 people,
And
and there
there's
was a
people
couple
in
of
the car
stories.
park making their minds up, weren't there, Charlie?
Yeah, yeah. There was someone who'd written to Jamie, who she was saying on one of the groups as well, who'd Jamie given us some literature to read and that. She'd had to think about it, and then she got back in touch with her and says, no, I've decided not to go ahead. So, it's not just a case of standing and shouting across like the country. It's like, you were saying, Chris, when you go into schools and that, everything has this little ripple effect, this little knock-on thing. And it
some
is
people
getting
have
through to
zero
people.
access to what we know. They're completely cut off from the truth.
That's
They're,
right.
they're absolutely encapsulated in this little bubble.
That's right. That's right. I mean, the amount of times, when we have a meeting at sometimes on a Sunday, like at a certain place as well, and the people will come along to that, who we've been used to for the past thick end of 2 years. We've all gotten to know each other and become part of this grand community.
We are lucky.
Yeah, and I mean, it's fair to say that our lives, I mean, I don't have anyone else in my life apart from you lot, my tribe and that, whereas these people, there are still people who are awake, but they're in a sleeping community, so
they're alone and they're nervous and they're frightened and they don't know, they know what's going on, but they've got no one to talk to.
That's right. And it's just like this echo chamber that just bounces back. The same thing they're hearing on the BBC and Channel 4 and all the rest of it, so yeah, every little helps, that sounded that's Tesco's or something, isn't it? Every little helps.
No, that's not
Afterwards, no, that's do something like that, wasn't it? Ooh, stop it, Charlie. That's the old world. That's the brainwashing coming in, isn't it? Like sort of when you get these robotic like sort of little things coming in to like.
Now's a great time to be proactive. We have to be proactive, right?
Yeah.
We have to talk to everyone. Even at I went to the chip shop yesterday, and I've still got a bad stomach today. Actually, that's why I'm fasting.
Now be careful what you say, Chris. No, don't mention the chip shop, right?
No, I'm not blaming them.
Whose fault was it then?
No, the chip shop.
Oh, right, okay.
Well, it's in my look in Heartburn chip shop, right? It's not there. It's me, right? And they've got signs on the door that say only two only, and I walked away and I thought, I should have mentioned, look, take those down now. You can take them down.
Yes, but there's also, can you remember, also at a takeaway, somebody who we know as well actually went in, and while he was waiting for his takeaway order, he showed them a little clip where they had the little, the little things in the masks, and he showed them that video. And all the members of the staff took the masks off, chucked them on the ground and stamped on them, and and it just makes you, it makes you realize that people are actually amenable, like sort of the open to know. Yeah. And as I say, if you get these people who are just in this kind of soft echo chamber where all they're hearing is just like sort of this globalist view just echoing back at them, even though they've got this thing in their mind. I mean, well, we'll all be the same. I mean, whenever you meet anyone, you always straight away you look for like sort of that little in as to how you can like, I mean, sometimes it's a bit sledgehammer, but that was another story. But like sort of one thing where but there was like I handed a car back 6 months ago or something, and the lad who came to inspect it, like straight away, was a typical example. And in the first 30 seconds or something, I can't remember what I said, something about the situation, and it was, and it was like this curious look on his face. I've thought that, and just by talking, he was only due to be there about like 15, 20 minutes. He was there for 2.5 hours. So I think he missed 2 or 3 of his appointments, but it showed that he was interested, and we talked through everything. And he'd never spoken to anyone else about it, because he's surrounded in this echo chamber. So now it's a bit like, now fly, little birdie, and tell all the rest of the people that's what you've got to do.
What I try and do is like if someone's saying, oh, like I've got no one around me, I immediately try and get them in touch with people I may or may not know in their area. Yeah. Because even that one person is enough to just help.
Exactly.
Just to have that camaraderie with someone. We're social creatures.
Yeah, if there's one of us, I mean, let's be honest, if one of us knows, like somebody new who's brought in, straight away they're like kind of part of the family, the wider family, and they just become part of that unit because we know we're all in the same group together, we're all on the same wavelength, you know, and it opens up this huge vista. And like you say, we are naturally sociable, particularly our group. We want to reach out and bond and interact in that, you know, and this is what it's all about, to try and counter this bloody negative fear porn coming from the other end, you know. Just got to, as Dav says, remember, we're not in control, we've just got to live our life and let the universe sort it out, like, you know.
Yeah,
And boy, are we at the moment.
we must get Dav on again. Gemma, have you met Dav Devinder, my Sikh friend?
I haven't.
No, okay. Anyway, right. He's like a spiritual guru. He's very much in the same kind of vein as Jennifer, kind of, in a way. But I was wanted to say we had probably the best gathering at Stewart's Park on Sunday I've ever known. There was 40, 50 people there, and it's, you know, it's from 10 till 12, but we were still loitering. I'll use that word again. We were still loitering around until about 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon. Everybody just didn't want to go. It was just having a party. We're getting ice creams and we talk to people, meeting new people, and it was just a great atmosphere. And we had my friend Spanner doing his recalibrator, right? What are you laughing at, Charlie?
Spanner, I never thought you would know somebody called Spanner, right? You know?
Yeah. No, he's
I'm just laughing at you laughing. You're like a naughty kid in the class.
Yeah.
Like Cruncher or something like that. My friend Cruncher, you know?
I met Spanner. No, I met Spanner at the court's hearing.
Sorry, continue.
It's coming out of your mouth as well.
No. When Mark Steele, you know, when Gateshead Council were trying to take Mark Steele to court, I went up there to watch him at the Crown Court and then at Moot Hall. And I met Spanner there. And he came to me and he says, "Oh, Chris, you're from Stockton, are you?" I said, "Yeah, let's meet up." And we've been friends ever since. Now Spanner's...
Change the word. Just say this bloke or something.
Alan, like Alan Key, we'll just change it to
He was the guy who got me into permaculture, right? Have you heard of that, Gemma?
I have.
You have, yes. Permaculture. It's how we can live straight from the land. We don't need any government. We just live with the land and a whole system. And the recalibrator is, it just all sinks in. I'm not going to explain it. It's something you have to just do, right? So he brought his recalibrator along, and there were about, I don't know, I think about 12 people maybe he did it. Most of them
what is a recalibrator? I'm sorry.
The recalibrator, well, it's a kind of, it's 3 spirals. Okay, so we put this rope out in 3 spirals, and you walk in and out of the first vortex, in and out the second, and in and out the third. And the first one represents Earth, the second one represents people, and the third one represents fair share, what we can do for others, what others can do for us. And you have to just do it, and the more you put into it, it's like it's all I can say is it's quite magic. You have to do it, and I could spend hours here talking about politics, how we could live and everything, and I'd rather not. I'd rather just do it, right? Do it.
Yes.
And people might not even understand what they're doing, but it'll stick in their mind, and when the time comes up, it's how we can live.
I love what people are doing left, right, and centre. They just seem to be falling into these natural roles and doing these things, and like everybody's doing their own thing, and it's all helping our movement go forward, even down to permaculture.
Yeah, I was just saying, like sort of everything that I'd done in my life before was like kind of, I felt I had to like plan it, like, okay, well, I've got to do that. So I've got to plan how to do that. And then I'm supposed to do that. So I've got to plan how to do this. Whereas what we've been doing, I've just found that like I just do it because you just do it. It's just something
you
that
see a gap that needs filled. And if you've got the skill set to do it, just do it.
Yeah.